everybody! Today we're gonna be doing the Cayo Perico Heist. Cayo Perico, Cayo Perico. I never really learned how to say it. Now, I have completed this heist before, but I've never gotten the Elite Challenge, which I think we can definitely do today. So that's gonna be the goal for this video. If you look at the map, both the North Dock and the Main Dock have 2 coke spots available. Unfortunately, not right next to each other, but 2 at each. Now, the meta would be to go for the Main Dock. But based on where the cokes are placed, I actually had an idea, so stay with me. If you look to the east side of the island, just off the coast, there's that really small little piece of land kind of southeast of the North Dock. I'm gonna come in from the North Dock and then actually enter right there below that little island on the right side. Then I'm gonna hit land there and go for that first coke on the right of the Main Dock so that I can make my way across to the left side of the Main Dock, grab that coke, and there'll actually be multiple boats waiting for me there. Then I can then take around the left side of the island and go down to the south entrance. If you're wondering why I don't just take Main Dock and use the boat that I spawn in on, that would mean I would have to dock at the Main Dock, get that coke, then go to the one on the right side, then run back to the dock, get back in the same boat, and go around. Whereas if I just come in from the right side over my North Dock, I can just run straight in a line, collect the cokes, and then I'm already at the boat I need to take. It'll make sense when you see it. Then we're gonna go through drainage, get everything inside the compound, and we'll be out. My goal is to not raise a single alarm or fire a single shot. I might kill one enemy when I get on the motorcycle at the very end, but that'll be outside the compound, and that will not affect the Elite Challenge. So to run you through it, we're going to use the long fin as the approach vehicle. Infiltration point is going to be the North Dock, but really with the goal of going to the Main Dock. We are going to use the drainage tunnel, as that is also the meta and what I do every single time. The escape point doesn't really matter because we're just going to go out the front door and jump off the island, but I like to hit Main Dock, give Main Dock some love. And then I'm willing to change this in the future, but for purposes of this video, I'm going to pick day just because it's easy to see the content better, which I would assume you guys would like, but if not, tell me in the comments. Weapon loadout, I did pick marksman, although like I said, I don't plan on firing a single shot. No support crew and nobody else playing with me, so no crew cuts. We are getting 100% of the loot, which is why I'm not so mad that we're getting the ruby necklace, because I'm not sharing nothing with nobody. I'll go with the city slicker, and I don't know, one kind of weird aqua tie-dye. Sure, I look like an asshole. Alright, so for some reason when you go into the North Dock, it always makes you drive straight into the side of the island right here. Perfect. Beached it. Love that. Alright, and now this part, there is one guard with a large view cone that is going to move back and forth. You want to make sure you stay out of his vision. Right there, I almost got hit. But that's honestly, in this entire run we're about to do, he's the only person that poses a legitimate threat. Everybody else, nothing to worry about. So what we want to do is wait for him to look to the right. Gonna make our way right over here, jump in the water. Now, if you're wondering why I don't just go for the coke that's over here, it's the way that they're locked up. It's a little bit harder because of the cameras versus where we're gonna be heading. I know it is right here and available, but I need to stay out of his cone when he starts turning. I actually need him to walk away is what I really need. We're gonna take this, do an immediate about face, not too loud, not to alert that guy. Make our way right over here to right about where we touched on land in the first place. And we need to line ourselves up. I need to be able to see his cone. I gotta get close enough to see his cone first. Once I see his cone, I can worry about it. As soon as he looks away, I look away. And then make our way. That wasn't the cleanest landing, but it is still gonna work for what we're trying to achieve here. Alright. We need to get here and here. Let's pretty much straight out and to the right, actually. Alright? It's in that little set of 3 buildings over there. Oh, vehicle! Didn't see you sneaking right up. what I'm gonna... Oh, kind of a little bit close there. Not gonna lie to you. That was kind of a little bit close. That was playing it fast and loose and dangerous. I don't know if there's a way to do this without alerting those guards right there. I actually don't know if it's possible. Because it's inside that hut, and that's where the guards are. Alright, so I don't think that was gonna work, so what I decided to do instead, so that we don't alert any guards, is I decided we're gonna come over here to the next location.
The lockup nearby is open, but from the schematics, it looks like you would need 2 people to access it.
Alright, so just to explain what happened, we are on a fresh run because, and this wasn't my fault, in that particular spot,
Nice run, Charlie.
location A had the 2 guards that are inescapable. They're back to back and they're inside the room with the coke. So there's no way to do that and get the elite challenge. We could have done it, but we wouldn't have been able to get the elite challenge. And the second location that we would have been going to after the fact, believe it or not, actually had one of those gates that require 2 players, one to hold it open while the other gets everything that's inside and then gets back out. So the main dock actually as a whole was a complete wash. It wouldn't have been possible. So we're actually going to go with another method that I do use from time to time, and I learned this from Subscribe for Tacos, so if you're aware again, definitely, go check out more of his content. He does these all the time, and if you're not aware of him, I recommend checking him out. Pretty much most of what I've learned in the last couple months from GTA, to get more involved in the modern things to do in GTA have been learned through him, so I definitely recommend his channel. And I've done it many, many times. We're going right through the airstrip. We're gonna pop up and inside. You go lift up this crate. Don't mind me, I'm actually a forklift driver in real life. And that's not even a joke. I just gonna park that up on 2 tires. That's probably safe. We made it to the stash of coke. Then we're gonna go ahead and actually leave everything else that's in here. And we're gonna make our way to the other side of the airstrip over here. Right. Now that the camera's looking away and so is the guard, we're gonna come right up over here around the right side. We will have to kill the 1 guy, which kind of goes against my original plan, but it's not the end of the world. And it's also in a spot where I don't expect anybody to see the body. Right, then we're gonna wait right over here on one side. Camera's out of the way. And then we're gonna fill up the rest of the bag with 1.5-ish of these weed stashes right here. One won't give you a half bar, but that's why I did the coke first, because it's a higher value. If I had 2 people, I could have just said, not out of all this, and done the gold inside the compound. I might even have been able to do the glitch, honestly, but I'm unsure how I feel about those. Alright, so we have full bags. So now we have full bags, so now all we have to do is we need to complete it under 15 minutes and not quick restart, and we have this in the bag. Well, our boat didn't want to hang around. That part's not ideal. Alright, now the rest is pretty easy, honestly. Make our way around the west side of the island over to the drainage channel at the south part of the island. Alright, and I think we still have like half of our available time left. Or at least close to it. And the hardest part's done, honestly. Pop that rebreather on. I don't know why I made my air go down after I popped the rebreather on. Rewind if you want to see what I'm talking about in the bottom left. Alright. We're inside.
Perfect. As we say in Navy, you want the element of surprise? Choose least hygienic option. Now, enjoy your little swim, yes?
Right now, if you've never done this method, follow what I'm gonna do. It's gonna look like I'm an absolute madwoman, but I gotta come right up here. You don't really even have to look at your radar, although for purposes of not having to re-record this from the start of the heist, I'm going to. We'll follow this path right here and walk like you have a purpose and nobody can say nothing to you. And you will be perfectly fine. Alright. There is gonna be a guard over here. Make your way around him. And there will be another guard up here. This, honestly, I think is the ballsiest part of the heist, is what you're about to do right in this exact second. Is you wait here for this guard to walk straight by you. I think it's so wild. We are inside. We're gonna take that. Now, what's in here can be anywhere from like 20 grand to 100 grand. It's almost always like 30 grand for me, which really sucks. I do the fingerprint scanner. I'm usually pretty good at this. Alright. Alright. One, two, three. Yeah, that one tripped me up a little bit. One, two, three. There we go. We're kind of really close for time, but we still have a chance. Alright. All the loot we need, just about 1.2 milli. Now that's one light cow. We're gonna go back almost exactly the way you came. Yeah, a little bit of deviation, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna go this way. Keep our eyes out. Alright. Now once you made it this far, alerting the guards and triggering the alarm doesn't matter. Once you hit that like, woo, and it registers that you've gone out this door, you are perfectly fine. I'm gonna need this cutscene to move a little bit faster, bud. I'm kinda so close. Alright, now this is the only guy I knew we were gonna have to kill. Simply because we need that. And then look out for these crazy Cayo Perico bushes. And you're gonna go right over here. And then right off and over the edge. And then just swim straight out like you got a purpose and you are good. Let's keep going. Come on, man. You're gonna hop up in this helicopter. We're gonna go down to this nice little ridge over here. It's gonna be close. I think we're gonna miss it by like 15 seconds. I'm not even joking with you. We're gonna miss it by seconds. Unless the cutscenes don't count. If the cutscenes don't count in your time, then we have time left. But if the cutscenes count, we're gonna miss it by seconds. I think boats right above us is not ideal, but we're low enough that I'm not worried about it. We're almost far enough anyway. I've never had this sequence go on for this long before. If we lose it by like a minute and a half, it's because of this moment right here. Bummer. Alright, that closed out. Moment of truth. Figure out what time it's gonna tell us we took. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous. Alright. Got my platinum medal. Okay. 1.02, 100% of the take. Elite challenge. No! Oh man! 0 axe filled. Full loot bags. Oh my god, we didn't get it because of the swim section. And we also didn't get it because, to be fair, we had to go to 4 different loot spots. I think the fact that we only missed it by like a minute 13 or whatever, and we had to go to 2 separate spots in the airstrip, and take partial loot from each of those spots and make our way through the cameras, I think we actually did a pretty good job. So if you look right there, a little over 1 million take, I will take it. Honestly, I kind of want to do this more often on the channel, so if it's something you like, please hit that like button. You don't have to comment if you don't want to. Honestly, the algorithm just changed a little bit, so the like is now bigger for engagement than the comments, which used to be the opposite. But either way, I will see you next time. Bye.